All right, New York Mankeys, we are here back for week 2 of the UCL, and we are going up against the S.L.Rampardos. Now, if you know us from traveling over from the GBA, you know that we do not have the best track record against the S.L.Rampardos, coached by A-Drive, but today is the day to change that. We are bringing defensive mons and checks to offense like no other. We also have the Volt Turn core of Mayhem and Lonely the Infernape. So, couple things did change since the team building. It seems like Infernape felt no need to carry Earthquake or Thunder Punch. Instead, Infernape and Dark Elf were over there talking, and apparently Dark Elf's running Chlorophyll now, and Infernape's packing the Sunny Day for the late game. So we'll see if that even comes to fruition, but Infernape was talking to me saying, listen, I don't need this fourth move. It's pointless. Let me hook a brother up with some Sunshine. So that's what we're gonna be doing if that happens late game. However, our main priority is to go ahead and check offensive threats with our defensive mons, Mew, Milotic, and Gramble. So, Mankeys, can we go? After going 6-0 last week, can we get a W against one of the biggest mountains in the league, packing the Mega Metagross? Can we do that? He's got an offensive core of Mega Metagross and Hydreigon. Can we do it? Can we do it? Let's find out. Let's go, Mankeys! What's going on, Shady people? Shady Penguin welcoming you back to another week of the UCL. This is week number 2 for your New York Mankeys, coached by me, Shady Penguin. If you're excited, please be sure to show some Shady love. Scratch that. Show some Mankey love to that like button down below. Your support means absolutely everything. That button loves when you touch it, so please do so. We're going up against A-Drive, coach of the S.L.Rampardos. If you come from the GBA, you know we do not have the best track record against Dan, but we're going to try our best today to pull something out. So we're going to go over the team we're bringing. In case you missed the team builder video, we have Legoer, the Gramble, Mayhem, the Jolteon, Sakura, the Milotic, Lonely the Infernape, Rufus the Mew, and Dark Elf the gosh darn Shift Tree. Now, I really do think that he's gonna think that Sunny Day is on my Rufus. I'm gonna move this really quick, move it like that, just to avoid any, but we have a pretty good team. I think we only have 2 of our OU. Do we have any? We only have 1 OU Mon. We only have 1 OU Mon. We did not bring Mega Pinsir, and we did not bring. I just didn't think Mega Pinsir was a good fit. I really didn't. I mean, Swords Dancing seems really, really nice, but he's got a Mega Metagross. Not really a fan. So we're good with this. With 1 OU Mon, that is terrifying. All right, we're gonna hit Battle Start and get this underway. I'm a nervous Nelly. I'm shaking, dude. I'm shaking. I want this win. We had a 6-0 win last week. Let's see. Did I get his team right? I just barely messed up his team, but I could not be happier in the fact that I do not see Golurk. So I'm thrilled about that. I knew he wasn't gonna bring Romptease. I had guessed that he would bring Metagross, Raikou, Hydreigon, and Conkeldurr. I think my other 2 guesses were, he didn't bring Conk. Oh no, he did bring Conk. Oh, I think I thought he was gonna bring Golbat. Ooh, what does that sound? I apologize if you guys hear that. Hopefully it's just my headphones messing up. But anyway, Choice Specs Jolteon is gonna put in a lot of work here. Why is that happening? Please don't tell me that that's the speaker. You guys can hear that. All right, I need to focus. This is the last thing I need. I feel comfortable leading with Scarfed Infernape. Do I feel comfortable leading Scarfed Infernape? I think I do. I think Mesprit on his side is a pretty solid lead. If he leads, I gotta pull up my damage calculator. If he leads, oh, I apologize, you guys can see all that. Well, I'm gonna have to edit that out, because that was Dragon Ball Z on the Facebook. Man, that's what I like about, that doesn't happen with XSplit, but I've been using OBS. Infernape, 108 speed. Mesprit is 80 speed. Raikou is who I'm questioning, 115. If he leads Raikou, I feel like a Scarf could be. Now, of course, I don't have a ground type on my team either, which is one reason why I wanted to bring Lando over Infernape, but I ended up deciding during the team building that it seemed a little better to bring it. So he actually opens up with Mew, his Mesprit, as I open up with Lonely the Infernape. So really nice for us. I can get a free U-turn off. I'm gonna get a free U-turn off. I think that's fine. I think that even if he goes for rocks, we should be fine. We should be fine just getting a U-turn off. There's super effective damage against the Mesprit. We'll be able to see what item this thing is holding if he does go for rocks. I mean, he has good defenses. He's got 105 defense, so that's nothing to sneasel at. Definitely not. U-turn though, if it can do like 30%, we'll get some information from him. And that's if he stays and set up his rocks. If not, it is what it is. We are gonna get the U-turn off. We'll see how much it does to this Mew. It is going to do around 30%, so he's probably a pretty typical build. Max HP, some defense. And I'm guessing that rocks are coming my way. Do I want to just get rocks up myself? I really wonder what this thing is carrying. Because our defogger is in fact... I almost think going on into Mew is fine. Then I gotta take a Shadow Ball possibly. I could go into Dark Elf and scare him that I'm faster. And just get a free knockoff off. Either that or we level the playing field and get our own rocks up. I'm gonna go into Dark Elf here. I'm gonna go into Dark Elf, see what he does. I'm expecting rocks right away. Goes for the Psy Shock, and we're able to completely neutralize that. So that is huge for me. Because not only do we not have to worry about rocks, granted, this thing can carry Flamethrower or Ice Beam. So Shift Tree, Ice Beam does a lot. Knockoff does a lot though. Sucker Punch actually OHKOs. Sucker Punch OHKOs. Now see, like, I'm a little nervous. I mean, we see leftovers. Do I really think that he put anything in speed? I don't think so. I really doubt it. And if he did, we'll still get this KO. So I'm gonna go for the knockoff. That way if he switches out into anything, we get a lot of damage on something. And the Dark Elf Shift Tree, look at that shine over his left eye. I like that. I was so excited. Oh, he stays in. I get the knockoff off. I outspeed, and it's gonna pick up the KO. Shift Tree getting the first KO with no rocks set up. That is awesome. That is huge. Knocking off Mew's leftovers. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna lie. We won the speed tie. I'm not gonna lie. But Dan doesn't know that just yet. Maybe he thinks I'm invested in speed. I don't know. But that was a gamble. That was a gamble. Paid off. I mean, we could live an Ice Beam or a Flamethrower if that's what he was running. But that knockoff coming through. Knockoff with Life Orb does 87% minimum, 31% chance of OHKO, and we had already gotten U-turn damage off. Whew! Talk about your turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. So his switch in is most likely Conkeldurr. I'm fine with that because I have a Gramble. Hail Hydra actually goes out into the Hydra. So good play by Dan because he can get a free U-turn off. I'm pretty positive he's just gonna go for U-turn. So I think to minimize damage, I'm gonna go on to Gramble. I can't take a U-turn, so I think to minimize damage, I'll go on to Gramble. I mean, my low tick puts us in a pretty good position. I wonder what puts us in a better position. My low tick or Gramble? Because he's U-turning, I know that. I gotta get rocks up soon. All right, my low tick is my switch in. It is my switch in for Hydreigon, 100%. You know what? We're gonna go into my low tick. I'm not gonna risk it. But I think we're gonna see U-turn. I think this is a Scarfer. So let's send in Sakura here. We're gonna take the U-turn. Could have gone into Gramble and taken absolutely nothing. Literally leftovers would have been our recovery, but it's fine. I think that my low tick scares away the Metagross enough to where he doesn't want to bring it in. And I know I was thinking about this as I was driving back from my dad's house before this battle. I know I'm running triple leftovers, which is not illegal, by the way. I know I'm going to catch some flack for it, but it's not illegal. You can run as many of the same item as you want. I am running triple leftovers. However, I predict that Gramble will not be holding those leftovers very long because I think they're going to get knocked off. I think a lot of leftovers are going to get knocked off. So part of me almost wanted to run berries, certain berries, but I decided not to. Like, I think there's a berry that when you're hit by physical attack raises something, I think, because I know there's a special berry that when hit by special attack raises special defense. I was considering that for Gramble, but I decided, you know, let's just keep it the way it is. We built it this way. I don't think we'll get any Sunny Day shenanigans off, although Shift Tree, a fast Shift Tree once we get rid of Hydreigon, we have to get a Rock Subsume because that thing's going to want to keep switching in and switching in and switching in. I know that it's going to want to keep switching in. But Shiftry came through early game. I am so pumped about that because Shiftry is one of those Pokemon that I drafted because I love it. But man, oh man. Shiftry proving to be a valuable Mankey. Dan definitely has a heavy decision here. I don't think Metagross is the switch in. I could see Raikou coming in. I could definitely see it because of type advantage. But I don't think, I just have to check something really quick. I don't think he goes out into Hercules the Conkeldurr. All right, so I'm fine with that. I'm a little fine with that. He's like basically saying, I'm okay if you burn me. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hard switch right out into Grand Ball. I'm gonna make the obvious play, I don't care. And I think the knockoff's coming. I mean, he might just pull a double out into Metagross. I could totally see that because this is a very obvious play. But if he does, I got the Thunder Wave. We're gonna see Sakura come back first, see what he goes for. Maybe he doesn't want to overpredict yet with being down and out like that. But we're gonna get Intimidate off on this Conkeldurr. And he's gonna withdraw Hercules. He is gonna withdraw Hercules going into the Metagross. So Z Drive is coming in, a solid play for sure on my opponent's part. And I have to, at this point, make the safest play I can make. Part of me wants to Thunder Wave this thing. I really do. But if he sets up a sub, we're done. Part of me even wants to Earthquake. But let's make the middle ground play and let's just switch right into Rufus. I'm not sure how much an Earthquake does from a Grand Ball to a Metagross. It is singles. Earthquake, oh my gosh, Earthquake does a lot. Wow, I could have EQ'd. I definitely could have EQ'd. But I feel more comfortable doing that after I switch in and Intimidate him. I kind of expect a sub here. Otherwise, I would have gone for the T-Wave, but I do expect a sub. We're going to see the Meteor Mash, though. We're going to see Meteor Mash. I should be able to take that relatively well. I max defense, so that does a lot. We get our lefties recovery, and I think this puts Dan in a precarious position. Seeing how much that did, part of me just wants to get rocks up right now. I don't want a Willow. I actually wouldn't mind knockoffing. See, I did 60. I should live another one. I'm gonna roost. I'm gonna make the safe play and just roost up. I don't know what he's gonna want to do. Let's just roost up. Rufus's job is to live. We live in. Part of me does want to set up the Stealth Rocks, but I'm just gonna go ahead and roost. I think the Conkeldurr's gonna come in here or Hydreigon. We're gonna see Hell Hydra come in, so knockoff would have been great because we could have got rid of that Choice Scarf. Should have taken advantage of that, unfortunately. Definitely should have taken advantage of that, but we did not. So part of me actually wants to stay in. Oh my gosh, do I really take that risk right now? Draco one-shots, Dark Pulse obviously one-shots. No, we can't take that risk. I think we just do exactly what we did last time. I think we go on into Milotic. We go on into Milotic again. I think he is going to U-turn. I don't want to send Granbull out there because honestly, Dark Pulse, even though it's resisted, it'll do a lot depending on how his, if he's running choice specs. It'll do 44%. That's too much. It's too much. I think had I gone for knockoff, I would be in a much more favorable position. I was just not really too sure if that's what I wanted to do. I could have set up Stealth Rocks as well, but I don't think Stealth Rocks are going to be crucial to winning this battle. I think they'll be nice, but I don't think they're crucial. So we're gonna have Sakura in here. I'm expecting to see a U-turn. He's gonna actually go straight up for the Dark Pulse. So looking at this damage, it did 67%. My low tick, and now I'm free. I can either recover up. Yeah, I'm gonna recover. Yeah, I'm gonna recover. He's gonna go for another Dark Pulse, so he's gonna bank on flinches here. We could have gotten an Ice Beam off. We do get our recover though, which is fantastic. And Hydreigon just sitting in here. My low tick taking that much from a Dark Pulse means that he's definitely Choice Scarf, because I think Specs would do a little bit more. So the Ice Beam is obvious here. For that reason, I think he might actually go out into Metagross. So I'm gonna go for a Scald. He's gonna withdraw Hell Hydra. He might go into the Conk, and if we burn it, that'll be a bit of an issue. Going into Oxygen. Wow, great play. Great play on Dan's part. Gonna totally neutralize my attack. So that's absolutely excellent for him. I think, though, this is where we can bring in our Jolteon. Then again, I think he's gonna Baton Pass. Is Vaporeon faster than Milotic? It's not. Okay. That puts us in a bit of troublesome position. I kind of want to switch an Ape predicting Baton Pass, but that is so super risky. I do have to make plays at some point, though. I just don't think that this is the point. I actually just want to go for Ice Beam and leave my Milotic in here. I'm just gonna go for Ice Beam. I'm gonna go for Ice Beam, leave Milotic in here. This isn't gonna do anything, but I just really expect a Baton Pass. It's not very effective. Goes for the Scald, actually. Wow. Okay, goes straight up for the Scald. We're gonna be able to take that just fine. And if he burns me, it's gonna boost my physical defense. I wouldn't even care if he did burn me. That means that I would be even better against the Metagross. So now we see him going for that Scald. We see him going for the Scald. We see Leftovers as well. I mean, Jolteon can take a Scald. I think. He can take it pretty well. So I think it's time to get Jolteon in here. We're gonna switch into Jolteon. I don't want to sit here and stalemate all day. I think maybe he is just trying to get a burn. But I really expect the Baton Pass there. We're going to see the Evolutions on the field. He does go for the Baton Pass at the perfect time, so that was awesome to see. Maybe he was just trying to see if maybe I was slower, but there's really no chance of my Milotic. I mean, maybe if I'm negative speed nature. Let's find out. Let's see if he was really... no, even if I'm negative speed nature, he's going to go ahead and outspeed me. So Hydreigon's most likely going to come in here. I think it pretty much has to. In my opinion, it has to come in here. Unless he's thinking that I'm possibly Scarfed. Once something goes down on my side of the field, I'll be able to get a safe switch into Infernape. I can tell you this is going to be a long battle. Although the first KO happened within the first 3 turns, this is going to be a long battle. Because neither of us want to take risks, although me switching into Jolteon like that was pretty risky, considering I called the Baton Pass. And he baited me into that switch. I should have just switched out right away. Turn 1, boom. Choice Specs Volt Switch is gonna hurt someone. It really is. There's a chance he'll go into Conkeldurr and just go for a Mach Punch because he sees how threatening this thing is. Goes down into Hercules. So goes down into Hercules. And I think a Mach Punch is pretty guaranteed. I would say a Mach Punch is pretty guaranteed. Now, Mach Punch from Conkeldurr is going to do a lot to a Jolteon. I think it does over 50%. Mach Punch does 51% maximum, but I think I have to take a hit at some point. I think now's the moment. I go for Volt Switch. I'm going for Volt Switch here. I think I'm taking I'm not taking a Mach Punch. All right, sweet. So we get a free Volt Switch off, which is awesome. We're gonna see a lot of damage on there, 30%. Of course, Drain Punch is his form of recovery, but we can just very easily go out into Lake Goer. And here is where I think I'm gonna take the biggest risk of my life. We're gonna see a knockoff, I'm sure. He wants to get rid of my Choice Scarf or whatever item I may have. He's gonna go for the knockoff. We're gonna lose our leftovers, which is totally fine. If I was running the Tangled Feet or whatever that, I don't think it's Tangled Feet. Some with an S. So the question is, do I predict Metagross? Like, what's crazy is that Legoer actually puts in so much work against my opponent's team. Like, the only switching he has really is Metagross. So that makes me want to go for the Thunder Wave. But if this thing is Guts, oh my gosh, but paralyzing We're gonna go for play rough. We're gonna go for play rough. I think Metagross is coming in. We're gonna go for play rough though. EQ would also be a solid option. I believe Grand Bull, I think 2 EQs takes out a Metagross. He's gonna withdraw. We're gonna see the Metagross solid play, I'm sure. We're gonna see Oxygen. Oh, we're gonna see the Vaporeon. So the Wish Passer gonna take the damage, but I miss. My gosh, darn. Play rough. So I think his Scald is pretty apparent. Pretty much gonna go for a Scald at this point. I could go into the Dark Elf. But I think I feel a bit more comfortable just going for Thunder Wave. Is he gonna Wish? I think he's gonna Wish. I'm gonna Thunder Wave. I'm thinking long game here. He's gonna Baton Pass actually. Oh my gosh! So the question is, does he predict? See, Baton Pass is so good in this format. It's good in general. I mean, you get an initiative. Goes into Z Drive, we're getting the Thunder Wave off. Totally fine with that. Totally fine with that. Let's paralyze this thing. Let's paralyze this thing. I am fine with that. Don't gotta use it anymore. We're done using statuses for the game. That's it. We don't want to get cuts, and Raikou could have come in. So totally fine with that. Amazing. I think I'm gonna go right out into Mew. Whew! I mean, especially now that he's paralyzed. Don't get me wrong, we could EQ. We could totally EQ. Which is a 2-hit KO from Gramble. Looking at this Gramble, slapping the Earthquake on it. It is a 2-hit KO. But I think we just go on into Mew. I think maybe he'll be a little frustrated with that para, expect me to overpredict and just go for the Meteor Mash. And we'll go on into Mew. If he switched out, we don't know it yet. He does switch out into the Hydreigon, so we could have gone for play rough. Oh, guys, I'm into Oxygen, actually. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because of how much switching is going on in this game. I will just... Part of me wants to go for knockoff, but we're just going to go for Stealth Rock. We're just going to get our Stealth Rocks up, and that puts A-Drive on a timer, which is what we needed, because we already got rid of his Stealth Rock user. Totally fine. I'm good with it. Rocks float around. He's gonna go for a Scald. If he burns me, I'm not too upset because we do have Roost and it will synchronize, but we're not gonna see a burn here. I guarantee you though, if I use Will-O-Wisp, we'll see a burn. But instead, I'm just gonna go for knockoff and get rid of any recovery. Gonna go for knockoff, get rid of leftovers, totally fine. I'd rather not have that because we've seen Baton Pass, Scald. I'm honestly expecting Wish, and I guess I'm expecting Ice Beam a little bit. He has to have Ice Beam. We're gonna see the burn there, and then we're gonna go ahead and synchronize up and see a burn. So I'm gonna have to go ahead. You know, he has Baton Pass. I was gonna say I'm gonna predict Hydreigon to come in, but it doesn't help me because he could Baton Pass instead. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Roost here. We're gonna go for the Roost. Like I said, this is probably... Oh no, I clicked Stealth Rocks! Goes for the Heal Bell, a Bell Chimes. I got too excited, guys. That Heal Bell's clutch. Okay. Baton Pass, Scald, Heal Bell. Maybe he doesn't have the Wish. I have to go ahead and I have to Roost. He knows that. I can see the Hydreigon coming in. That misclick is going to cost me big time. I feel like that misclick is going to cost me big time McGee. So we're gonna see Baton Pass here. I guess it didn't cost me too much, but it cost me a little bit of chip damage, or it cost me a Will-O-Wisp on Vaporeon, really. That's what it cost me. Heal Bell's clutch. Would have really liked that Pokemon to stay paralyzed in the back, but that's not the case. But we do have Stealth Rocks up, which is great, because either Dan is packing Ice Beam or Wish on that Vaporeon. And once we find out which, all of a sudden, Shift Tree becomes a viable switch-in. So as obvious as my plays have been, I think that Sakura is still the correct switch-in. I'm gonna go out into Sakura here. I have no reason not to. I think that he might U-turn. I think he might Draco Meteor. Either way, I don't think he's staying in too long. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna see U-turn. Totally fine. We'll get some Stealth Rock damage, and we'll barely take any damage from that U-turn. His switch-in for my low tick was Vaporeon, and it will be Vaporeon if he has Wish on there. If he has Wish on there, it will 100% be Vaporeon. Otherwise, it's time for me to get rid of that scarf on that. I mean, I haven't been able to bring in Infernape yet. It's a little unfortunate. I don't have my Switch Initiative users, like being Infernape. I mean, I had Infernape turn 1, but besides Infernape and Volt, like they're fast. They're a little, I mean, it sounds good, but they're fast. So unless he switches, I don't get Initiative. So he goes out into Z Drive here. I think he might set up. I think it's totally possible. He might want to set up. I mean, I'm pretty defensive. I can't really take a Zen Headbutt, I'm assuming. Zen Headbutt does 40%. We can kind of take it. Do I think he's baiting the Scald? I think he's going to either sub or set up. I can't see why he would come into this. Thunder Punch? Thunder Punch does 51%. All right. So either he's running setup or he's running Thunder Punch. I think either way, Mew is what we got to do. I mean, Mew's burn. So residual stinks. I can't take 2 hits anymore. No, I think he's expecting Mew to come in. I'm going for Scald. With Mew being burned, he does pack Thunder Punch. So close. So close. Sakura going down is going to be a problem. We're going to get the Scald off. Can we get the burn? Although, I mean, it's not going to mean too much because of the heal bell. No burn on that Scald. That would have been huge. But I think I'm going to preserve my low tick. And I am going to go out into Rufus now. Should have just gone out into Rufus in the first place. I think Dan will predict this very well and either switch or go for the Iron, the Meteor Mash, one of the two. But I should have just gone out to Rufus. I did say Thunder Punch. I knew he had the Thunder Punch, but I was kind of just like, with Mew being burned, it's super obvious that I can't take 2 Meteor Mashes. So I really expected that. I really did. The Heal Bell and Vaporeon is going to be clutch for him. That's for sure. It's definitely for sure. I'm making my moves fast. I'm not trying to time out. I'm really not. I mean, I probably could if I wanted to. What? We'd have to do 37 turns. Actually, less than that. 20 turns? 22 turns would be a timeout. But I'm not trying to time out. This ain't VGC. This ain't VGC. Not trying to take it into an hour match. Although it looks like it's going to be an hour match regardless. So maybe I should just go for the W. No, I'm not going to do that to you guys. I'd much rather be entertaining than me win in such a regard. But I think Dan's just taking time to think of his move. I don't think he's going for timeout because he's not in the lead right now. So he wouldn't do that. That would make no sense. Especially because as soon as something goes down, Ape comes in. I actually could have let my low tick go down there. And we're going to see the Meteor Mash, very well predicted, of course, by Dan. I think that because of the burn, oh, he gets the boosts. Wow. I think that just lost me the game. I mean, Mew's going down now. Mew's going down to another Meteor Mash. I can't switch anything else in. Now I have to decide. It's a little unfortunate. That boost is a little unfortunate. I think I have to get rid of this thing regardless. +1 Bullet Punch is 46% to Jolteon. Has less to Infernape. Overheat can always miss, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna go out into Jolteon here. I'm gonna go into Jolteon. I outspeed. Going to the Jolteon. I think I have to go for Shadow Ball. Thunderbolt could take him out. Volt Switch can't though, so let's go for Shadow Ball. I mean, even if he switches into Hydreigon, I can't. A +1 Metagross. I mean, I guess Volt Switch is pretty safe because I could always just sack something else off to a +1 Metagross, but I think the best play that I could have possibly made was if I switched out, obviously, into Jolteon on the Thunder Punch. I should have went with my gut. My gut said Thunder Punch. I went ahead and I choked, stayed in, and then Meteor Mash +1 really did the trick. Really did the trick. I personally think that he's not going to stay in, but I can't take that risk. I think he'd much rather just let, I don't know, If he's predicting Shadow Ball, oh, he doesn't predict Shadow Ball. He stays in. This should pick up the knockout. Choice Specs, gonna pick up the knockout. So Metagross goes down to Jolteon. We're back in the lead, but just barely. My opponent does have really good momentum here. Can go out into whatever he wants. Although one of his biggest offensive threats is down. We have Rocks up, so we just have to play it safe. I need Vaporeon in at some point, and I need to get a recover off of my Milotic. We're gonna see Hercules though. We all know Hercules can take a Shadow Ball. I have gone to the Grand Bowl here. Super obvious. Have to do it anyway. Lagoer's really putting in the work. I don't have recovery on him anymore with leftovers, but Intimidate, Play Rough. Without Metagross there, Play Rough really does a number on my opponent's team. Just gonna do it. Just do it. Get the Intimidate off. Hopefully see a knockoff. We're gonna see Drain Punch though. We resist that, which is fine. And the Intimidate, we should take it relatively well. That's 25. Not very effective. I think he's gonna predict me to want to go for the Thunder Wave. I'm just gonna click Play Rough because nothing on his team resists it. And if Vaporeon wants to come in, that's fine. I'm pretty positive if Vaporeon comes in, I'm gonna go for Play Rough again. No matter how much it does. Because I'm kind of predicting Baton Pass. I'm really upset that I did choke in Stadium with Sakura. It wasn't really a choke, but I knew Thunder Punch was coming. I just decided, you know what, it's too obvious. Mew was going down. Once it was burned, Mew was going down. So Dan played that perfectly by getting Mew burned with Scald. I mean, he Scalded twice. So he actually, I mean, it wasn't like first turn Scald, so no one can be salty in the comment section. He's gonna withdraw actually, probably going into Raikou to take the Thunder Wave. Going into the Oxygen though, which makes sense. We've already seen this thing is pretty defensive. Has no more leftovers though, so can two Play Roughs take it out? Let's find out. Play Rough is a 2-hit KO, which is fantastic. So I'm clicking Play Rough again. If my opponent wants to switch, so be it. But Lagoer is putting in the finest right now. Note that I only have, like I said, one OU-mon on this team. Gonna go for the Wish, so pretty valid play for sure. I'm gonna be able to get something in here, aka the Raikou. I'm gonna be able to get something in here. He lives. Son of a biscuit, he lives. So we've seen Wish. So finally, Shiftry can have fun. I don't think there's any world in which he switches into... We could have Heal Belled off that burn, by the way. I don't think there's any world in which he switches into anything but Raikou. Right? I say don't overpredict, just go for Play Rough. He's gonna Baton Pass. All right. He's going down into Raikou. We could have gotten EQ off. That would have been amazing. Oh my goodness. I mean, Play Rough though, it's only a little bit less damage. And we're gonna see Sabertooth come in. Play Rough does 70%. Earthquake, I think, does around 80. EQ would have destroyed him. EQ would have destroyed him. He's gonna get a Wish, which is fantastic for him. And I think I pretty much have to stay and go for EQ. I should have gone for EQ before. I knew it. That would have been the perfection prediction. Would have been the perfection prediction right there. We're just gonna EQ. He might be running Subcom Mind, which I kind of expect because Mirror Coat Milotic is a thing. But, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're gonna see a Thunderbolt. We could take that. We could take it. We just barely take it, and we get an EQ off. Has a chance to knock out, depending on what its spread is. Can it live? It does live. So that's super unfortunate, especially because Lagoer is our answer to Conkeldurr. But Conkeldurr's pretty low. All we really have to do... Oh my gosh, we could have gone right out. Do I think he's Specs? He's got to be Specs. All right, go right into Mayhem. Go right out into Mayhem. 100% Specs. We see that he stayed in. There's no chance he's not Specs. Unless something's really wrong in this damage calc, no chance that he's not Specs. So. Wow. Gets a crit on the Shadow Ball. It's a crit. But I think we're in a really good spot here. Wow, I guess he's expert belt? No. I must be doing something wrong. I have him at modest and I have me at bold, so I don't understand why it didn't work. I think Volt Switch takes him out though. Let's go Volt Switch. Straight up Volt Switch, doesn't matter. Anything's taking damage. The Vaporeon can't come in. Hydreigon honestly can't come in. Hydreigon can't come in because I'm gonna Volt Switch out into my Infernape. And at this point, close combat is the move to click. I mean, it could U-turn. It could U-turn. Had I EQ'd, all of this could have been avoided, ladies and gentlemen. Had you gone with your gut, something I will start doing more with the UCL. But we're gonna see him switch out. I guess he's going on to Oxygen to take this Thunder. Oh, he's gonna, oh, wow. Really solid play. Really solid play. Oxygen going down to Stealth Rocks. Seeing that I'm locked into Volt Switch. Beautiful, beautiful play, Dan. I did not remember how low Vaporeon was. So Hail Hydra is going to come in now. At this point, yes, indeed, it is time to sacrifice Legoer. I'm not going to sacrifice Sakura just yet, although Sakura is going to have a pretty tough time against my opponent's team with Vaporeon being gone. But Granbull is slower than just about everything. Potentially could have lived a Mach Punch from Conkeldurr after Intimidate, but I doubt it if it's Iron Fist, but I think he's Guts. So we're gonna get the attack drop, and then we're gonna see the Dark Pulse, which is gonna take Legoer out. Totally fine with that. We get a safe switch into my Infernape, and as long as I play smart, I think Infernape can win this game for us. The only priority he has left is Conkeldurr. So I'm just gonna click close combat. Chances are Raikou is gonna come in. Chances are Raikou is gonna come in. Woo! I think we did it, boys. I don't want, the game is not over yet. The game is not over, but Lonely, the Scarfed Infernape. Even if Hail Hydra stays in, if that thing's gone, then you know what? Jolteon has a field day. I'm just gonna, with Raikou being so low, I think he's gonna go into Raikou and sack it off. I'm pretty positive. So he's gonna go on into Sabretooth, gonna sack it off. Could have gone for the U-turn, potentially would have knocked him out, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really too sure if it would have. Infernape, U-turn. I'm so glad that I chose to bring this thing over Landorus. I am so glad that I chose to bring Infernape over Landorus. Seriously. U-turn would have taken him out, so it could have gone for U-turn. Very safe play, considering it's super effective against Hydreigon as well. But I think we got this one in the bag. He has to go out to the Conkeldurr. Truth be told, we don't have a switch in for it anymore. We're gonna see Hercules. I think that close combat does not take Conkeldurr out. So I am going to just hard switch, and we are gonna have to let some things go down. Actually, Hercules is a bit of a problem for us. We're gonna go on into Milotic. I think he's just gonna Drain Punch, get some HP back. I'm pretty positive. So this game is really close. Drain Punch may not take me out. No. Oh, I live on 1! Wow. I don't think it matters because Mach Punch should finish me off. Huh, he's gonna Mach Punch. Do I even play on that? No, Sakura can't do anything else anymore. All right, let's just Ice Beam. I'm not even gonna recover because I don't want to give him more HP. I'm just gonna Ice Beam. Yeah, I figured let's not give him more HP with a recover. Granted, we could have lived. Oh, he's gonna Power Punch. Wow. Running Power Punch, that might win him the game. Now I'm kind of wishing that I dropped. +1 Conkeldurr takes out Jolteon. +1 Mach Punch takes out Jolteon. Oh my gosh, Shift Tree, you're pathetic! I think he won. I'm pretty positive he won. Man. Only Grambo was around. Jolteon, you're just a shy too frail. Had he not gone for Power Punch, had I not lived on one, Jolteon plus Infernape could have done the trick. I think I have to go for this. I don't think we can win, guys. Man, even with no Assault Vest, Infernape can't take him out. Yeah, he got it. He got it. He got it. This was such a close game, but he got it with that power-up punch. With that power-up punch. I mean, I could Seed Bomb. I'm gonna Seed Bomb. He's gonna Drain Punch, get all that HP back. Unless we take him out, which we're just barely gonna miss taking him out. I lose some of my HP. We're gonna see a Drain Punch here. Oh my gosh, he really recovered that much. Jolteon Mach Punch takes me out. Like, I can't go into Jolteon. Takes me out. He knows that. Infernape lives. But close combat's a roll. If he recovered just a little less. Well, this is our only chance anyway. This is our only chance anyway. There's no world in which, because he has Mach Punch, Power Punch, Drain Punch. There's no world in which he... So the only thing I can hope for is that he's not invested in HP. Oh my gosh! And I was thinking about U-turning. I was really thinking about it. But he would have gotten HP from Jolteon anyway, so that is going to be the game. Wow. I cannot believe he just lived on 1 or 2. I can't believe that roll. Well, that's severely disappointing, but good game, Dan. Gonna Thunderbolt him. I can't believe he doesn't Mach Punch. So Hercules goes down, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter. I can't believe he didn't just Mach Punch right there. I could have gone into Jolteon first, but I think then he would have ran Calcs. There's no way. There's no way. Unless he's running no attack investment. I think that the Jolteon still goes down to a +1. Yeah, +1 Mach Punch still takes Jolteon out from that range. So he's got to go for Draco Meteor and miss it, but he's going to go for Dark Pulse and take me out. Super close game. That was insane. I'm going to keep everything to myself. But your Mankeys are not giving up. That's only one loss. We have 1 win, 1 loss, a close 1-0 against the St. Louis Rampardos. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to show some shady loves. That thumbs up down below. Like button does need your touching, especially in these dark times. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. I love you so much. Have yourselves a good day, but above all else, keep it shady.